Welcome to F Your Feelings, the greatest podcast to ever exist. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Check out my special, man. My special's out right now as of now. By time this airs.
There it is.
Little Man Big City, available on my YouTube page at Justin Hires TV. So y'all check that out. Filmed in New York City. Man, we got a good episode today. Okay, we got, because all y'all done doing shit, all y'all done been a part of some shit, all of y'all are currently involved in some shit. Sometimes I have people on this show, they ain't did nothing, they ain't a part of shit.
Nice.
but not today. I
You're equal opportunity. That's all good.
No, I'm just talking shit, man. Everybody
Spread the love.
Everybody that's on this podcast, all doing some shit. We got Charles Greaves.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
We got Steven Briggs. And we got Luke. He waved. Anybody listening on audio? And we got Luke Schwartz.
Hello.
Hey man. So this is something we was talking about something right before we started. I wanted to get into, which is Luke was saying and Charles was agreeing that the hustle culture is unhealthy. Like the hustle culture, like you gotta post videos,
grind.
you gotta post content, you gotta do this. It's unhealthy. Speak on it.
Especially in comedy where everyone's like, and at the lower levels where you're like, you have to hit a mic every day. You have to go to an open mic and do it every day. And it's like, all you're going to have to talk about is open mic comedy. You're not living a life. Like, live a life so you can talk about it at least. But like,
Yeah, get
you need
some material.
Yeah, and you need breathing space. You can't just grind and hustle all the time. You're not going to thrive like that.
Well, here's the thing. You can grind and hustle in an effective way. I think that's the problem. Like, people think
Grind smarter, not harder.
right, I gotta grind and I gotta hustle, and you're doing too much. And it's like, no, grind and hustle more tailored to what you need. That's, and I took that from Jerry Seinfeld, like on one of his talks and in his book, and especially he talked about how he would go, like he would walk down the street and he would see the dude in a hard hat working at the construction site every day. And he was like, man, if this dude can do this every day for 8 hours, I need to do what I need to do for 8 hours. So he was like, I rented a studio, and I would just go there and write for 8 hours. He's like, obviously it wasn't always 8 hours, but like I would put in the time like it was a daily job. And that's what his hustle was. And he worked smarter. You know what I mean? And that's the smart hustle. And he put in a lot of time and effort, and, we can see where he's at now.
I hear you, but those construction workers, union guys sometimes, and God bless the union, but like they're taking breaks.
Oh, sure. And just like I said, he's not
And
going
they
to
got
write.
all the holidays. Yeah.
He's not going to write completely for 8 hours,
Yeah.
but he's sitting there. He's got a space for it, and it's like he clocks in almost.
Sure. Make yourself comfortable, though, and you'll be better.
What you think, Steven? Because I feel like you somebody that's on your grind tough when it comes to social media. At least it appears that way. So what you feel about that?
It just appears that way. That's all. It's all facade. It's all fake. I'm not trying at all.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I
was
this,
late here,
Yeah.
so
I mean, I say this having like posted maybe 4 clips in my whole life. Like I don't like posting stuff. I just like doing stand up.
Okay,
get
so
it.
I'm listening to a book right now by Grant Cardone called.
I like that you say you're listening to a book.
Yeah, I'm listening to a book. I mean, I ain't gonna cap on y'all. I ain't
Yeah.
reading the motherfucker.
There you go.
I don't got
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I don't got time either, or at least I'm not making time. I feel like I'm doing homework when I'm like reading, but when I'm like eating breakfast, when I'm on a drive, when I'm going somewhere, I like to listen to the audio books, and that's how I kind of
Drive
consume.
is key.
Yeah.
That's how I kind of consume that information. The name of the book is called like 10X. I'm giving this motherfucker free promo, but he doesn't need it because he's like a billionaire real estate investor. But he was saying how the importance of doubling up, quadrupling up the amount of work that you're doing. Whatever work that you think you're doing, you need to 10X it and do even more if you're trying to accomplish a certain level of success. And so his whole method is anybody that says to not work as hard, what that really is them wanting to feel good about them not doing the work that the super successful people are doing. They want people to be like, no, I'm not doing the work, so you shouldn't do the work either. How you feel about this?
Well, I think that plays into exactly what I was saying. It's not about necessarily working hard. He's like, oh, you got to 10X it. All that stuff comes with with success. Like, successful people are stupid busy, but everything is regimented. Like, it's like planned out. So like, let's say I want to start doing stand up and I've never done stand up. I'm not going to quit my job and only go to mics and only write, like that just doesn't make, like I won't live. Like, so you have to like plan it strategically, like so you can build up to the point. Because then once things start coming, like this podcast today, I was doing my podcast yesterday, and I was writing some more jokes, getting ready for a new show, promoting another show, and all that stuff comes along. But I didn't plan it that way. I wasn't like, oh, let me do all of this right now. It was like, no, it came at the time, so let me put it in the place where it needs to be when it comes.
Hey Charles, how many bitches do you get because of your eyes?
None.
This nigga eyes are incredible.
No.
I don't know.
You were really quiet looking at him.
I got caught in the days. I said, well, what the hell is going on?
Don't be fooled. They're just contacts. You're good, man.
Oh, they contacts?
Yeah, man. Don't be fooled.
Wow.
Look, I've warned them
Why
for
are you fooling
years.
people in these streets?
Yes.
Why are you fooling people in these streets?
The podcast is gonna expose it to everybody, but I never talk about it.
What are you, a reptilian? The podcast is going to tell you everything.
Yeah, I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it because it's like it's not a big deal. I used to get some flack for it. They're like, "Oh, you trying to be white?" And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know only white people had green eyes."
Yes, black people with green eyes.
Yeah,
In Africa.
I know more black people and Latino people with green eyes than I do white people. But I like the contacts because when I first started wearing them, I had toric lenses. So if you lose it, that's it. Like that's expensive. So I'm like, you know what? Let me pop in some green ones. If I lose this, I will see it. Like I'm not paying. So and the
bitches.
No, I've been with my wife since
I'm just
04.
I'm just talking shit.
But I do be getting mad, bitch. No, I'm just
No,
saying.
I'm about to say you have to garner attention though. That has to garner attention.
I do get attention. Well, it doesn't like I'm not gonna sit here and play like I don't know what I look like. Like I know that I'm a good looking dude, and then the eyes just add to it. But no, I've been with my wife when I start. Like I was wearing contacts before her, but then I stopped. I was wearing glasses. Then we got together. I'm like, I'm put these contacts back on because I'm traveling too much. It's crazy. And I started with the green because I was like, I'm not paying crazy amounts of money to replace these toric lenses. It's stupid because I have astigmatism. So I put those in, and man, it was a game changer because I was like, I never lose these.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you ain't gonna lose them when all the bitches want you because of these green eyes you got.
I can see why green eyes are a game changer because you remember that convict who took the mug shot and he's like,
The model.
Yeah, he had green eyes, and then from there he just blew up, and it was because of the green eyes.
It was the green eyes.
It was the green eyes.
But hey, it fits me, so I roll with it.
No, it looks good on you.
Thank you, dog.
You know what I'm saying? Can we fuck? I'm joking. Hey, so Steven, this is something I think is dope, man. I love the content that you posting. You do seem like you post pretty consistently from what I'm seeing. Do you post every day?
I do, but what you gotta do is just get a lot of side chicks and have them delegate that work out to them. You know what I mean?
So what, like editing and stuff?
Like I have a podcast, but I'm never on the podcast. What I do is have one of the girls there, and I do a deep fake, and she wears my face, and my voice sounds different on there.
You lie.
I'm dead serious.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've never done one episode of my podcast. I do a deep fake on the host, and it has my face. And then boom, and then we sync up my voice.
That's weird.
Kind of like how they did Drake.
Yeah.
Like that. And then so when they're talking, it sounds like me. I don't actually do the podcast.
See, now that's some
very
extra.
weird. I don't get it.
That almost seems like more work though.
No. I don't have to do any of the work. I don't show up at all. I delegate the work to an editor.
But
someone else is the host.
So it's your voice saying things that you wouldn't say.
No. Well, look, they send me the edit. I look at it and then I go, yeah. But that's all the work I do.
So wait a minute. I just want to make sure because
Bizarre.
I got so lost in the idea of the concept.
Yeah.
Are they speaking for you, or are you saying stuff and then you're putting your voice on them, or are they just talking?
They just talk.
Okay, with their own ideas.
And
you just agree with whatever the fuck.
Yeah, because I'm already a mindless robot, so it's like whatever. Go ahead, say that, and then I just look at the final edit and I go, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, cool.
What if
because I don't want to work harder. I'm telling you, I don't want to do the open mics.
What you doing for these bitches for them to be doing deep fakes and doing your podcast? Where you paying them? You digging them down? What's going on? Digging them down? Side chick.
I put on my green contacts.
I like it.
But you don't want to do your own podcast?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
No, I don't want to do it.
That's
damn,
incredible.
son.
Yeah.
Do you have guests on the podcast?
You'd have to ask them.
Okay. See,
This is real. You're not
Yeah, I'm
bullshitting
not
right now.
bullshitting you. This is real.
And is this like well documented, or is this like exposing a lot today?
Yeah, I'm about to say we thought we was exposed to something with his green eyes, but
Yeah.
you just exposed.
Th-
No, I mean, it's not well documented. I only talk about it if people ask.
So okay, this is the craziest shit I've heard.
I've never heard anything like this before in my life. I'm like, I don't do any work. Everybody does the work for me. I just put my face on it.
Your stand up.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
This
my
runs
stand-up-
the, this runs
You're
the full
Steve Jobs.
spectrum
You're
at
Steve
the
Jobs.
guests, where like I don't post anything ever. Charles is doing all his own shit, and Steven's got so much going on, and he does none of it.
None of it. Now my stand up. Now during Zoom, it wasn't me.
What
I
the
was.
fuck?
I would delegate it to somebody else, but live shows, I'm still there.
How did you deep fake Zoom, bruh? You can't deep fake Zoom.
Yeah, you can.
Stop playing, son.
We gonna look up. We gonna
There-
fact
You
check
could
you.
Hey,
This is the
tell
end
him.
of civilization.
This is gonna be like.
Oh,
This
man.
is like no news will be real from now on. Like this is really
Like it wasn't that
kinda
motherfucker
scary.
talking
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
because
my God.
I didn't want to show up for the Zoom. I was doing other stuff, so I just have someone standing there, and then they would just tell the jokes. They already know my jokes. Just tell them.
Stop.
And then boom.
Stop.
Yes.
Who knows all your jokes?
They don't need to know that. They don't need to know all of them. Just they're doing like what 7-10 minute set.
Oh my
You're getting
God.
a $50, $100 thing for a Zoom set. Boom.
I'm like, listen. This is my honest thought. I'm like, what you're saying right now is absolutely true. Or you are the greatest.
It's a good if it's a bit,
If
it's a
this-
good bit.
You are so committed to this bit on some Sacha Baron Cohen level.
Yeah,
it's one or the
son.
other. It's either this shit is true or you're on some Sacha Baron Cohen level of.
Are you here
commitment.
right now?
Just I have to be honest with you. I don't like to work hard. Okay. Like when he was saying like
That
you
seems
gotta
like a
go-
lot of hard work, though.
How?
But he not doing
How
it. He
is
said-
it's
he
a
said-
program.
Oh, that's true.
I don't have to
Okay.
do shit.
What's the program? And what's the podcast? What's the podcast name and what's the program?
I don't want to tell you on air, but I'll tell you after.
Okay. It might be.
Yeah.
This sounds like it's true. The fact that he didn't want to give out that information.
Oh, I like it.
This is blowing my mind right now.
Well,
Justin's like, "Damn, I don't even have to be here.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
Some
it's the same thing.
bullshit.
It's a deep fake. It's the same thing with the eyes. We're doing the same thing.
Well, look, I'm not trying to fool people. I just wear it because I like it.
And for the bitches.
Same thing. Look.
My bad.
Wow.
I was looking at Luke because Luke is thinking, how can I deep fake shit right now?
you know, it's not for me, and that's fine. And like, I don't know if I would do a podcast where the host was not the host. I'd be like,
Teach their own, you know?
yeah, no, exactly.
I ain't mad
You're not
at you.
booking
I
it.
ain't
You're-
mad at you at all.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it's genius.
I'm
Thank you.
pissed. No,
I mean,
But that's got to cost a lot of money to just be paying a bunch of people. But I guess it's the income is enough.
no, I mean, look, you have AI. It can write programs now for you for free.
True.
Yeah, so
we're doing.
if you know a little bit of stuff, you know how to dibble dabble, you can figure all this out pretty easy.
Okay.
How
so,
you feel
I'm not
about
the only
AI
one
writing,
doing this.
AI
I'll just-
writing your content? Do you let AI
AI is not good enough to write content because it doesn't understand.
the subtle nuances? and
Yes,
stuff?
exactly. Yeah.
AI is too woke also.
Yes.
I've tried to ask AI like some questions. Like, I don't know. Like,
Why? Because it won't say nigga.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. Oh, we don't say that. I said something. I don't know. Let's say I asked something of like, you know, why do white people own everything? Well, Justin, that's not correct. White people don't own everything. If you look at the demographics, and it's like, nigga, okay, it was a fucking joke. Like, it was a joke.
You don't get
know?
it, AI.
That
Catch
wasn't the
up.
question I asked it. I probably asked it like, you know, where the bitches at or something. Oh, I think I did ask AI one time where the bitches at.
It said ask the dude with the green eyes.
Oh man.
Please report to Charles Greaves. You know what it said? It said it is not appropriate to refer to women as bitches. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, so it ruined all the fun because it was
How
too,
is
like,
AI a better person than you?
AI a better person? I know. No. Well, it's a robot.
Yeah.
It's a better person than me for now.
Yeah.
This is what I told my dad. My dad was like, he was like, AI's BS. Well, he didn't say AI's BS, but he was kind of laughing at it. Like the whole idea of like taking over one day. And I was like, let me ask you something. Anything that's smarter than you, do you listen to anything that's not smarter than you? So it's like a child. If a child tells you something what to do, if it's not your child, but if a child just is like, you need to go to work, whatever the fuck a child would say to you, you're not gonna listen to. It's like, I'm smarter than you. I'm bigger than you. Why the fuck would I listen to you? When it gets to the level, because they're already smarter than us, technically, these AIs. They definitely
know everything.
They know everything. You ever try to play chess against a computer?
It's impossible.
It's impossible. You're gonna lose. So now take that to these computers are now at a level where they can build themselves. Where they could fully functional, they could create their own selves. So they're smarter than you and bigger than you. Why the fuck would they listen to the human species? That's crazy. Like, we don't listen to a tiger. We have a gun. Like, if we really...
That's also true.
You see what I'm saying? We have a gun. But if AI has created themselves and they have bombs and guns on them, why the fuck would they listen to the human species? It's like, we could just blow you up. Do y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying?
I do. I mean, we all seen Terminator. We all seen it.
That's what
All
I'm
seen
saying.
Terminator, all seen The Matrix, and then the nerds are the ones like Boston Dynamics are the ones that are like building like all these robots that are doing the acrobatics, and you're like, you're building our doom. Stop doing this. You've seen the movie.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the athletes on the world are not gonna catch up. We have to depend on those motherfuckers to fight for us when the robots come. So can we slow down on the technology a little bit?
Ooh, because see, that's when it's going to start getting dangerous. What's going to start getting dangerous when they start building these robots to help us for warfare.
Oh, that's exactly why
They've already got like those police, like the dogs that are robot dogs that are like used by NYPD and stuff now. Like,
That's 100% why they're doing it. It's never for the benefit. Like, they try to put everything off as like, oh, this is to benefit society. It's like, no. It's to benefit your pockets. And how do you benefit your pocket? Warfare is the most profitable thing.
Yeah.
Selling guns and bullets. Bro, death is profitable.
And what's going to happen is these robots are going to get so smart, like that AI dog, and that AI dog, they go tell him to sit one day, and that dog is going to be like,
it's going to sit on you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm going to bite the shit out. Why do I need to
eat your face?
Yeah, why I'm going to eat your face like a chimpanzee? Anyways, I digress.
So, yeah.
All because of Steven. This
Yeah, I
all
was gonna
came up
say.
because of Steven. I don't
Thank
even know if
you
he's
for
here
saying
right now. Is it you? You got a mask on? This is Mission Impossible?
It's him. It feels like it.
That's wild, bruh.
I know. I appreciate that. That's cool. I like it. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I want to know. And now here's the cool thing about it.
I need somebody to deep fake me when I'm at home with my kids. Like, can we just watch the kids?
So how many kids you have?
Just 2.
Yeah, I only got one. You got any kids? You got one.
I'm sterile.
Sterile?
Yeah. Doesn't work.
It doesn't work, seriously?
No.
I don't know. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Come on, man.
What you mean? How you know?
Because
He's
I was
deep
trying to get
faking
a
the
woman
pussy.
pregnant.
How many times did you try?
A lot.
Damn.
A lot.
Yeah.
How you know she just didn't have bad eggs?
Well, because I can't blame anything on her. Everything's my fault. So
I like
That's
that.
how it is in
You take full
Take
accountability.
full responsibility.
All you have to do is one test.
I did do the test.
Oh, you did? Well,
Yeah.
then that's what will tell you.
Did they say why you're sterile?
Yeah.
They just said it could be a multitude of things.
Great doctors you have.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a crapshoot.
now,
Yeah,
was it
they're
was it
like,
you
there's
that
a
was
lot of
taking the
things like
test,
that.
or was a deep fake taking the test?
No.
Yeah, right.
The deep fake would have been like fertile as shit.
Shallow fake.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this more. No, I'm joking. How does this make you feel? Luke.
We all up in your business.
I
Yeah.
know,
No,
right?
No, it's all good.
Luke, man. Luke has been working. You still work at the Comedy Store?
I am on parental leave, technically, because
Oh.
my kid is 15 weeks old. And-
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. She's
Yeah.
dope. And I'm on hiatus, I guess, because it's kind of a minimum wage job that I'm very good at. So they're like, yeah, come back if you want. Like, whatever. It's fine.
How long have you been working there now?
October of 2013 is when I started. So it was about 10 years before I went on leave.
Is that when I first met you when you first started working there? Did we know each other before you started working there?
No, I think we met at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you started working there.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, man. I want to know, like, what's the process of getting hired at the store?
It's a lot of timing and luck. It's a lot of like being the right, like in a hiring period, and the line is so long to get hired there. It's crazy. It's because it's like prestigious, but then you get the job and you're like, oh, I have to clean up puke. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's good and bad. And I like it. I like work that is actual work. I like, the doing stuff. Like I know where all the circuit breakers are, and I know how to turn the lights on in all the room. I know how to like seat the room and like get the thing for the thing. I know how things work. Very like it makes me feel good, and I was good at it. But you have to just you audition for it basically.
You do audition for a spot.
They see you do enough comedy, and then they're like, you're young and you want a job here. Like you're not like a paid regular. You're not famous yet, but we want you in like the system.
So you have to be a comic to work there.
As a door guy, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
But not a server.
No, servers are just people.
Or just people.
I heard Joe Rogan say that his comedy club, the Comedy Mothership.
Yeah, he based everything off the
store.
Off the store, yeah, because all the people that work there have to audition.
He's very that makes sense. He's very Freudian in that Mitzi he looks at as his mother, and like there's Mitzi's bar in the mothership thing. Like he based everything off the Comedy Store.
Well, Mitzi was around there, fucking jerking off She was fucking.
Yeah, Mitzi was doing work.
She's fucking the comedians.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eddie Griffin fucked her.
That's cool.
That's out there. That information is out there. I ain't saying nothing that ain't already.
Yeah.
No.
Hey.
No, she had a lot of relationships with a lot of comedians. She had her own little stable. Yeah.
She had a squad.
Yeah.
She had a squad. She was getting it in.
She had a squad.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Missy Shore, R.I.P. Damn. Okay, man. So this is what I was thinking about the Comedy Store, and this is for everybody. Like, who's the comedian? I definitely want to know because you've seen all the comedians perform there. You seen like top level. Like, who is like the funniest? Pound for pound, you've seen Rip consistently at the store.
Top of mind is Rick Ingram.
Ooh,
comes to mind.
Rick's solid.
He
opens for Chris Rock right now.
Yeah,
when Rock was
Chris
on tour.
scooped him, but like he was not doing anything except the Comedy Store. He doesn't do the road. He wasn't going anywhere, but he would just do somewhat crowd work that turned into material that was just like he is funny. You know, like
he's a funny person.
Just a funny person where you're like laughing already, and he's consistently just the set of the night.
Damn. And who's number two?
It depends. It's night for night. Bobby Lee's been doing the same material for 20 years and kills every night. Like it's crazy. So it's really it's all after a certain level. It's like all personal taste.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
What about y'all? Who y'all think? Who's the killers that y'all seen consistently?
At the store?
Or just in general? Because I mean, that's what I want to talk to you about too. Because you produce your own shows.
I do produce shows. I was gonna say at the store. I love and she's the homie, Eleanor Kerrigan. Always kills.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Like older white lady.
Yeah.
Maybe like in her 50s or something.
Yes.
40s, 50s.
Late 40s, 50s.
At the store, right?
Yeah, she's funny.
She is a beast, man. Shout out to Eleanor. She can't when I was in New York, I was supposed to have Daphne Springs on my show, but she had to pull out because she booked a movie, and Eleanor just happened to be in New York. She was doing Patrice's thing, and she was like, I was like, hey, you mind stopping by and filling up this time? And she's like, well, what is it? I was like, oh, I'm headlining, but I need somebody before me. She was like, oh yeah, I got you. And she's the homie. She came and murdered.
Yeah, I just
Killed
looked her
it.
up. That's exactly who I was thinking about.
Yeah, Eleanor's a beast.
Yeah, I see her at Flappers a lot actually.
Yeah, really?
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah, y'all didn't know. I
That's
got in trouble.
That just doesn't seem like her scene.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like her scene. That's interesting.
Yeah, I've seen her at Flappers a bunch of times, killing it.
Oh yeah, she's a murderer, bro.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I'm a groupie. I'll be like, I really think you're funny. She's, oh, thank you. Now get out. Nah, she's super nice.
She's
nice.
great.
Yeah.
And her and Kira Sultanovich. Kira's also the homie.
Kira's funny.
I don't know Kira.
Oh, Kira's a beast.
Funny.
Super
Mean.
funny.
Mean like Eleanor. Yeah.
Steven on the podcast. Part of the reason he on the podcast because I had another comedian here, and he was like, I was like, who's the comedian you couldn't follow? And the comedian said Steven Briggs. He said, I bombed my ass off trying to find. It was Gary O'Neill, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He said, I bombed my ass off trying to find Steven. So I said, let me fucking look into goddamn who is this guy? But I mean, I know we did shows together, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, but I mean, so what about you? You any comedian that you?
I saw this comic that I became like a really big fan of in Switzerland named Tone.
Wow.
Tone, yeah, and he does. He could speak six different languages.
Tone.
no, just Tone.
Oh, yeah.
He just goes by Tone. And he goes, and he can speak 6 different languages. He does comedy in all 6 different languages.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
it's
incredible.
crazy.
That's very Swiss.
Yeah, so yeah, it was insane. And like I thought like English is like his 4th language, and I thought like he wouldn't be that good in English, and he was just ripping it up in English.
Wow.
Doing crowd work, everything.
You know,
Like
And
Ismo.
I saw him do 4 shows like back to back, and they're a different hour each time.
Damn.
Yeah, it was insane.
Wow, that's a lot of material.
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of material, dude.
Yeah. I have no
Ismo.
problem following anyone. I just bomb all the time anyway. That's my thing.
No, you don't. Do you?
No.
You feel like you gotten better? You don't bomb.
No,
in
I
front
don't
of,
bomb. No.
Oh, I'm about to say what the fuck.
And I've been doing it so long. I think we all have that. You like, even if you're doing badly, you're not gonna bomb. Like we know how to like get out of anything, and like your confidence will
Depending
easily,
on the
like,
crowd, yeah.
That literally just happened to me at the Improv in the Lab. I had 3 shows. I was just telling my homeboy.
The Lab is a tough room.
It is a tough room.
It's a weird energy in there, and I
is
think it's
very
because it's the
strange.
round tables.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah, I think you know what I noticed when I was just sitting there because I just went the next day to watch a
acoustics,
show.
And the bar.
It's the acoustic. I think all of that shit, but there's something about the lighting and where the chairs are.
Yep.
You ever been at a venue and you feel like you're sitting too far back that you're not a part of the show? Like you ever been sitting like way in the back?
Yeah.
And you like, I feel like I'm not a part of the show.
Yeah.
I feel like every seat is kind of like that. Something about the lights being super close to the stage or something, and so you
But
automatically
the belly
feel,
room has lights that are super close to the stage. It just has such a different feel.
The belly room, because it's like the sound travels better.
Yeah.
If you notice when you're on the stage at the Lab, you can't, like, people will be like, yo, that was a funny joke. I'm like, really? I couldn't tell because I couldn't hear y'all laugh at all.
And so that's what just happened to me. It was my 3rd set of the night, which I realized I got a two set max, like, cause I'm high energy and shit like that. So by the 3rd show, I'm tired, don't want to be there. My energy not the same. I went last on the show, and I'm going up, and I'm like, man, I'm bombing. I'm saying it on stage, like, dude, I'm bombing. Fuck, whatever.
Classic Lab energy is talking about bombing while bombing. Yeah,
exactly.
that's
So
very-
I'm like, I'm
yeah.
bombing. I get off stage. The host is like, Justin is just used to a certain level of laughs. Like it's like, you not fucking bombing. Like everybody is, and all the comics was telling me the same shit. They're like, bro, you didn't bomb. It was like, you didn't get the level of laughter that you are accustomed to getting. And I'm like, well, yeah, like I'm
But
trying.
to me, that's a bomb.
That's
To me,
bombing.
that's a bomb.
That's absolutely bombing.
To me, that's a bomb,
Yeah, yeah.
bro. So
A bomb is in the eye of the beholder.
a bomb, and man, y'all know DC Irvin.
Yeah, great.
He always, man, I've held on to these words. He told me this because his dad used to do stand-up comedy. And his dad said, you did how you feel. Or you did how you
Sure,
felt.
yeah,
However you felt you did, that's how you did.
You know what?
that's real.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay,
though.
I'm listening.
Because
Charles said,
yeah,
fuck your
that's-
daddy.
yeah,
no,
I don't agree with that
no,
either.
No, he
I
said
said
no.
some
Said
people
fuck
that
your
are like,
feelings.
I killed that, and I'm like, what show were you at?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly,
That's
because
true.
I look, I get people
But-
to come up to me like,
But
yo,
they
I
did.
want to do,
in their mind.
I
they-
wanna do
they
your
have that
show.
energy. Yeah,
like, I want to do your show, and I'm like, all right, which, like, because I have multiple shows at the time, and they're like, I want to do your show at the Improv, and I'm like, look, I can't have you at the Improv, and why? And you want to be honest, but I'm like, look, you're just not at that level yet. Like when I was producing Supernova, everybody and their mom was trying to get. I'm like, look, I can't have you on that stage. And then occasionally, I'm like, look, someone fell out. You want to pop in?
Yeah.
And I would make sure that they saw. I'm like, did you feel that? Did you you just ate dick for 5 minutes
on a good show.
on a dope ass show?
Yeah, Supernova was fire.
Everybody
good
was
things.
popping,
Yeah.
and you went up there and nothing happens. How do you feel about that? And these people would be delusional, and they'd be like, yo, it was a dope. I killed it.
Comics are very delusional about their sets,
Yeah.
both positive and negative. I think.
Yeah, they can be, but I mean, you have to have a level of self accountability. Like you have to be able to look at yourself and be like, how did
Greats.
I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, there's times when I've bombed and I'm like, no, I know that wasn't me, but that had nothing to do with me.
Let's talk about those moments.
those. You
When
know,
you
well,
feel
like
that.
well, like I'll have a set, like I'll do a set at the store in the main room and murder, and then I'll go do a set, you know, in the lab, and I'll do the same material, same timing, like everything is, you know,
Yep.
and it lays flat, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't me. I know that material is good. I know that I'm having a good night. It wasn't me. But then there's times I'm like, oh no, nigga, you fucked that up.
How do you feel about this, Steven?
I take all blame. If something goes bad, it's just my fault.
Yeah.
I don't like to blame anything else or like get into that like trajectory of like this is why or that. I'm like, if something happens, it's me, and I just got to figure out how to turn it around.
Well, I don't mean necessarily like.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm just saying that's how I feel.
Yeah.
In my own life.
That's a good mantra to live by. What I mean by it is not necessarily like, let me blame other people, but it means, what I mean by it is just like, let me not take so much out of myself. Let me not come down so hard and be like, nigga, you suck. Get the fuck work. You know what I mean? It's because I tend to do that to myself, where I beat myself up. I'm like, no, go back to work. Like I was the same way in sports. I would beat myself up, like, get back out on the mat. Work on that
wrestled?
again. I wrestled, did jujitsu, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like get back out, like work harder. And I would beat myself up to the point where it was exhausting. I'm like, no. Sometimes things just don't work out. Like, calm down. Work hard, yes, but don't kill yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. Damn, you never know who could beat your ass. He did jiu-jitsu. Fucking, I'm a black belt.
And what?
Karate.
Nice.
Yeah.
What type of karate?
Little karate.
Bullshit. Little karate. Kid karate. Hi-ya! Whatever hi-ya karate is, that's what the fuck I'm a black belt is. Some bullshit. Some shit that I could use in the street to get my ass knocked out. I'm like, you're not sticking to the moves, and fucking me get knocked out. But
Speaking of funny comment, Jesus Trejo has a great bit about that. He's like, you didn't bow.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't bow. And there's no mats on the ground.
Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just came and punched me.
Oh, my bad, go.
No, I was saying, you just came and punched me, man. You got to bow first.
Yeah. He go do the podcast. He was on the road or something like that. He's working, man.
He had a new special coming out too.
Yeah,
I opened for it at the Improv Lab, and it was a good show. Yeah, he had people coming out.
It was at the lab he recorded it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a gangster for that.
Yeah. Jesus is a beast,
rolled
man.
the dice. Yeah.
That is rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Why not just the belly room?
Right. I think the store is very hard to do shit.
Okay.
The bureaucracy there is so annoying, and like they give stuff to weird people. Yeah.
I think a lot of it had to do also, Jesus, people will follow Jesus. Like, so even if he does it in the lab, he'll have his people. So he knows, like, hey, these people are, even if I'm not hearing it, I'm doing all right. Mm-hmm.
I would never ever
record
at the lab.
Yeah.
And I mean that respectfully and disrespectfully.
Yeah. You did me and Stuart's show there, right? You did the talk show?
I don't know if I did. That was a long time ago. I did, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think you were still on Rush Hour at the time.
Damn.
Yeah.
When I had a career. No. Shout out to Rush Hour, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rush Hour. I still get a residual check every blue moon about Rush Hour. This is what I wanted to ask Steven. Your Britney Spears videos. I don't know if y'all seen his Britney Spears videos. You know how Britney, she had these videos recently
when she was with the knives.
Yeah, so Steven did a parody videos of these. Him with them knives. Were those real knives you was doing all that shit with?
They're fake knives. Me and Brittany use fake knives only. They're not real knives. I know they sound like they're real, but not real.
They sound like they're real.
Of course.
Because I was like, this
Nothing's
is
real with
this
this
is
guy.
dangerous as shit. I know, right?
I'm like, I'm nervous about everything what you're saying right now.
We got the fact check. I don't know if y'all ever.
I almost brought the costume today.
Did you really?
Yeah, I almost did. But I thought it might be disrespectful when you tell me it was an apartment.
It's the daytime, it ain't late night.
Yeah, that's true. But if I was walking on late night, someone might proposition me, be like, "Hey, I got $40."
What made you start doing the videos?
So I don't like, before when I first started doing videos, I would be like, think about them a lot and be like, oh, and like, should I do this? And now I don't, if I just think about something, I just do it and don't put a lot of pressure on myself and just release it. And so I was just like, oh, you know what? Like that Britney Spears outfit, I'm like, I bet I can get that on Amazon. I found it for like the top. I found the top and then I bought the top and then I bought like a pair of like whitey tighties and then just got some knives and a wig and started dancing in front of my camera.
Yo, it's hilarious. Hey, so I want to piggyback on the Britney Spears thing because she got her memoir coming out, right?
Yeah, it already came out.
Oh, it already came out?
I read it.
Did you read it?
No.
Oh, I was about to say.
Don't believe this guy.
I know, right? I know, right?
He had one of the
didn't even
girls
say
that does
listen
his
to it.
podcast.
I didn't read
Yeah,
it,
tell
but
him
I
to
did.
clip notes.
I skimmed through it.
Did you really? Or you just
No.
see headlines? This motherfucker.
See, man, he's gonna keep catching you. I don't believe nothing he say.
So here's the thing about the Britney Spears memoir, in Jada Pinkett memoir, in any memoir, especially women memoirs, I feel like they tell everything. Like, I feel like, I don't know. What do y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like
Hell has no fury like a woman that's been scorned. Of course they're going to tell everything.
I don't even think you need to be scorned. I think people just,
I think women are just generally scorned by society, so they're just going to tell all in the book.
I was talking to my wife about this the other day. Women have been suppressed and denigrated for so long. I'm like, it was only a matter of time for them to start acting crazy. And that's not to say that there haven't been, women who've been crazy throughout society. I'm talking about, like, collectively, we're seeing an uprising of a lot of crazy stuff going on. I'm like, bro, you've been smacking them down for so long. It was bound to happen. It's like a pressure cooker.
They're all like Britney Spears. They just got emancipated, and they're acting like Britney Spears is what they're saying.
There's some validity in that, because for years and years and years you were told you can't talk, you can't do anything, and then now you're finally in a position where you can speak and do what you want to do. It makes sense why a woman would then always feel obligated or something in her to go and speak and tell her truth.
But we also live in a society right now where everything is online, and if everyone's like, I gotta be in front of camera, everybody wants to be famous. I'm talking in front of a bunch of comedians. Everybody, right? Everybody wants to be an influencer, and they just want to put. And it's like, bro, like, you don't. Not everything has to be in front of camera.
Absolutely.
But that's what that's the society we're in right now. People like to put shit on camera and put it out for the whole world to see. And I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Well, I used to have a theory that men go fuck it and women go tell it. Like, that was like my theory. Like the foundation between a man and a woman is like, men want to go out and conquer, right?
Yeah.
And it's definitely sexually, and then, or drugs or money, whatever the fuck your vice is. But men go fuck it, and then the woman will ultimately go out and tell it.
Gotta find yourself a mute.
You gotta find a mute,
Wow.
a tongueless bitch. Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's the problem.
Just all gums.
Just all, that's what you need. All gum bitch. Tongueless.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
All she got is teeth and that shit that's hanging in the back of her throat.
Oh, man.
What is that?
It's a uvula.
A uvula. You need uvula bitches. That's what.
That uvula.
Well, give me that uvula. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because sometimes it's like, I don't know. Nobody's safe. If you're in entertainment, nobody's safe.
I think, you know what? I disagree. I think people are safe as look.
If you're a good person.
If you're a good person.
If you are a good person, but here's my fear sometimes too. My fear sometimes too is, what if you just, never mind. I guess that is about treating people right.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say, like, what if you having a bad day and you just fucking dismiss somebody, and then they're like, fuck that person, and then they could just say whatever the fuck they want to say about you.
What's a bad day for you? Like,
that's different
using
than
your black belt
nothing.
karate on somebody?
No, right? And as I'm saying this, it's like, I don't treat people badly. So,
But no one's getting like that canceled for like, they're getting canceled for like assault, and
Right,
stuff,
right.
You know, like not so much like Ellen's fine. She was mean to her staff, and she's around still.
Which is something I had heard for years.
Yeah,
about
it was a
Ellen.
very open secret.
Yeah.
People knew she was nasty. It broke my heart because I was an Ellen fan as far as her stand up back in the 90s. I was like, I watched everybody.
It's one of my top 2 specials is Here and Now.
Oh man,
that
she was
special
a killer.
is awesome.
She was a killer, dude. She was mighty with her pen. And when I found out that she was a dick, I'm like,
I kind of liked her more, to be honest. I was really like, oh, I get her now. This is good.
He likes toxic women. That's what we just
watch
learned.
out.
I like honesty.
Oh, you like honesty?
Yeah.
But that's not honest. She's being dishonest. You see her
her persona is dishonest.
Yeah, she's like, hey, what's going on? And then she, behind camera, she's like, fuck you, get out of my face.
What was she saying to her employees? Does anyone know?
I didn't. You know what? I didn't look into it enough. I just heard. I heard from people who were close to the source that were like, yeah, man, she was mean to this person. And I'm like, mean how? Like, oh, she said XYZ. But I didn't really stay long enough to get everything. I was just like, no, all right, I'm done.
I mean, that is kind of hilarious that she could be like yelling at somebody and be like, "Get the fuck over there!" And then the music hits, and then she comes on just dancing right away. She's like,
that's weird.
But
bro.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening with Jimmy Fallon. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, a little
yeah.
bit. It kind of went away already, but during the strike, his employees came out and said he's a dick.
I think it went away because he admitted to it and he apologized about it. But then again, that has happened to him before, where he, so I don't know, I've never met the guy, so he could be a really good dude, but sometimes he gets in a mood. So he's like, look, I don't mean to create this. I'm sorry, or whatever. So he admitted to. Ellen was like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Zero accountability, maybe.
Zero.
I was backstage in the main room with one of Fallon's original writers, and he was telling some stories that were wild.
Oh,
about
really?
Just Fallon gets out of pocket and has handlers to rein him back in, and
like a drunken
in public.
None of us are gonna do
More.
late night, by the way.
Oh, more than that.
It's way more.
Well,
It's
they
crazy.
didn't book me anyway, so fuck them. But if you do want me, please.
I'll play Yahtzee with you or whatever you do. Yeah, great.
Wow.
Damn, yeah, I heard he could be a wild boy, but I heard it was more like alcohol induced.
Oh man.
That's some of it for sure. That's
Yeah.
one of the worst kept secrets is Ellen's mean and Jimmy's a drunk.
Right. Hey, man.
Jesus.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Steven, you're playing this very correctly. He's going very quiet.
I'm not saying anything, Jimmy. I just want you to let you know I'm on your side. Big fan.
I love Jimmy Fallon. I'm so much of a fan of Jimmy Fallon. I watched the other show, the one before the Tonight Show.
You're a Taxi fan.
I am a Taxi fan. And what was the other one? The one we had with Drew Barrymore.
With the baseball.
The baseball
Yeah.
one.
It's
I
like a
didn't
game.
even
It's
know about
Field
that.
of Yeah.
Field of
No, it's
What's the name of that one with Drew Barrymore? Now I'm a fan of Jimmy Fallon, man. But let me
was
tell you how
based
much of a
off that,
fan I
yeah.
am. When he was doing, I'm trying to clean this up so I can get back on the Tonight Show. I'll tell you how much of a fan I am. When he was doing the late night show, the one before the Tonight Show, they was doing online content of him building the stage and walking around and him coming up with concepts and shit. That's how far back.
Oh, he's a hard worker.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a hard worker.
I remember when Odd Future was just coming out, they had just broke on the scene, and I was like, oh god, I know something cool and underground. And then the next day they were on Jimmy Fallon, and it was just huge and over. It was like the Beatles being on Ed Sullivan kind of thing.
I remember that
God
performance.
damn, I thought I was cool, and now I'm not
Why
as
would you
cool.
say that it's over at that point? I think that's a little.
No, it's blown. I don't have the inside scoop anymore. Yeah, it's
there's something about people who like to feel like.
Of course,
I have it. You
yeah.
know,
I know the cool thing.
You don't know about that.
Yeah, and now it's everybody. Yeah, it was
Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch.
That's the name of the
It was a
movie.
book about it was a soccer fan, but then they changed it to Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore in Boston.
Interesting.
Hey man, what's the biggest thing y'all think y'all learned while doing comedy so far? I mean, you being on the road and you at the store, you producing. What's something, Jim? What's something?
The biggest thing?
Yeah.
I have to think about it.
Or what's something that you feel like you learned?
Yeah. Don't be a dick to people, because if you blow up, then 20 years later they're gonna be like, you were mean to your employees. So
That's a fact, though.
I mean, that's a lesson I didn't learn from comedy. That's like a life lesson. Just be nice to people, man.
Comedy had to teach me that one.
comedy taught me that one too.
For sure, where I was where it was coming back and I had a bad reputation in the scene. I was like, okay, let me change this. And I rebranded. Luke's nice now.
Well, shout
And,
out to you for taking that in and being like, all right, let me change. Because a lot of people be like, I don't give a fuck what these people think about me. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I
that
want.
sucks.
But
And
your a-holeness was you trying to be funny, right? It wasn't intentionally you trying to be a-hole, or were you intentionally a-hole, or were you going for the joke?
I was intentionally not caring about people's feelings and maybe going for the joke and doing the extra thing, or just being kind of mean for. And it got to a point where I was like, I didn't even think I was being that mean, but I got comparisons to another guy who I really didn't like and
Patrice
didn't
O'Neal?
respect. No. A guy who worked at the Comedy Store, doesn't work there anymore.
Okay.
And they were like, you and him are the same. And I went,
Oh, shit.
No. We are not. I changed because of that. Yeah.
That's a good trait to have, to be able to change, because you're like, I don't want to be a dick. there's some people who are dicks and they're comfortable in their
Yeah.
assholeness, and you're like, bro, it's not cool. Like, I don't give a fuck.
And it's like, yeah, do you. I'm not going to book you or hang out with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that people need to realize. This business is all about relationships. So it's like you could be an asshole, but when you're not
Go
getting
for it.
hired or booked or anything
And if you're
like
not
that,
the funniest person in the world, it's not going to work out for you.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's the thing about being a comedian. You could be an asshole, but you gotta back that shit up. I guess that's anybody. You gotta back up your greatness or
Yeah.
supposed greatness.
Yeah,
if
you have
wanna
to you have to be next level to be an asshole to somebody and be like, I'm gonna still do you. I get people all the time. Like, there's big comics that I personally don't want to book. And they're like, they sell tickets. I'm like, I don't like that motherfucker.
Yep, that's how I be though.
Like, I'm not.
When
doing
your show is good enough or big enough, then and you get to choose, that's great. It's kind of like having a wife and you're just like, I don't care about all these women. Like, I could wear green contact and just be mean to women, you know? Like, it's good.
Well, then mean to women.
or like, you
Charles
know,
beat
dismiss-
women. No, no.
Stop that.
I like, you know, I like when I used to smoke cigarettes and I was wifed up already, and like a hot girl would ask me for a cigarette and I'd be like, no. And they would be like, what is happening? It was great. It was such
And
power.
you can find
Felt
Luke
great.
Schwartz in whatever bitch name that is in her memoir upcoming.
That's fine. If someone
2043.
remembers my name for a memoir, that's a credit that I didn't expect.
hey, but for real, Luke,
What?
this is the question I have for you. What's the goal, right? Because you're super funny, you're
Yeah.
super talented,
I'm okay. Appreciate it.
very humble.
Yeah, super humble and cool.
What do you feel like needs to happen, or what do you want to happen to elevate to that next level, or you don't care about elevating to that next level?
I never really gave a shit about the next level, and that's like maybe my problem, but like, and I've been described as a comics comic. I just have no like, I don't have an option. Like, I don't have the other gear. Like, we were talking about acting before. Like, Justin can act, and I cannot act. I can't be anyone other than myself. Like, I'm not good at it. I'm just like not good at it. And I'll do like sketches and stuff, and people will book me on like a sketch or like cast me in something, and then they'll give me the script and be like, this is stupid. I wouldn't say this. And they're like, I know you wouldn't say that. The
But
character,
this character said
yeah.
it.
And I just can't make the disconnect. And I can't be anything other than like really honest. And it's a strength and a weakness. It's not great. It's just what it is. And there's like the next. I like doing shows. That's really like my comedy goal is to be like very funny.
Now, I hear
And
you.
I come from a place of privilege. I don't have to support like a fan. Like, my wife does a big job so that like I can do this, and I'm very lucky in that. But like, funny has always been like more important than fame for me.
Gotcha. So okay, because I'm thinking like the
But
Rick.
I'm just like an altruistic, amazing guy.
Okay, so this is what no, because this is the thing that I'm thinking about. Like Rick Ingram, right?
Yeah.
He lucked up. Chris Rock spotted him.
Yeah.
When he was probably, how old is Rick? Like 40, 50 years old.
He's probably upper 30s.
That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's lived.
oh shit.
Yeah, he's lived. He's sober now.
I think I'm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think because since I moved to LA, I always heard his name, which is a phenomenal thing.
Yeah.
I guess I just assumed he was older.
Yeah.
Because I've always heard his name at the
He
store.
and he was a door guy at the store, and he started there pretty young.
So here's
Yeah.
this is the point that I'm making. It's either you have to wait until someone takes you on the road, or get on your social media or podcast, self-produce, so you can get in front of those crowds and do your shows.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a completely backwards from how it used to be. Like the back in the day, you used to do stand up to get a TV show. Now people are trying to do TV shows so they can do more stand up
Yeah.
and like get bigger audiences on the road.
That's kind of where I'm at with it, because I done did the TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to have a successful show that I'm the star of. See, I was on a successful show,
Mm-hmm.
but I was just the best friend, and then the one I was a star of got canceled.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be on a successful show that I'm the star of
Mm-hmm.
and creating and shit like that. What about y'all two? Like, what next level y'all trying to get to a next level, or what work do you feel like you need to do and not doing enough of? Maybe you should do your own podcast and you actually be there. Who knows? What?
Who knows? Who knows?
Because this
Good idea.
and this is the only reason why I'm saying that about you. Is because this is now me just telling y'all where y'all fucking up. No, I'm joking. But this is
Help us, please, Justin.
no, because your mindset nobody can have your mindset. Just talking with you on this podcast, like even when we ask like, what's a comedian? You're referencing a comedian that no one would ever think of.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so your perspective and point of view, the whole deep fake, like who would think of that? Only you have thought of that. So whatever women that you have doing these podcasts, they're not even saying anything remotely close to whatever your mind would have said in that moment.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're recording the podcast today, like right now. So I'm letting them do that so I can come do your podcast.
Well, I
can
appreciate
actually
it.
be here.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so.
I thank you for that. So, but what
He's
do you
never rescheduled anything in his life.
I try not to.
You're everywhere.
I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm there.
So is there anything that you feel like you need to continue doing,
Yeah,
or you
of course.
or so what are those things?
I need to make more money, Justin. Make more money. I continually go, okay, keep on making a living just doing stand up, and then keep on trying to get higher and higher and higher on the. I'm trying to get higher in the tax bracket.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
it's good being up there.
Yeah, yeah, because when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, this that. I'm like, nah, give me the money now.
But what route are you taking to get the more money? Is it the
I get just keep on asking for more from shows and getting bigger shows and stuff like that, and having like more people come out and then selling out rooms and stuff like that.
you booking your own shows, or you have
Now like I have a hard time even wanting to like go do a comedy club for a week because the pay is like so low. Like I can go ahead and just do my own room and I'll make twice what I've made if I went through that club 2 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I get 2 of those checks for just doing one of my own shows.
What do you mean one of your own shows?
Like
Yeah.
doing a show and selling the room out myself.
Do you have a space or just like whatever?
I pick any room I want.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
Doesn't
see.
matter.
Like just a theater or like a small thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wherever I want to do it, and
Okay.
then just
Yeah, I was just wondering. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many seats?
typically like 200 seats.
200 seats,
Yeah.
and you sell it out. You get 100% of the door. You
Yep.
get a door deal.
I get the whole door, and they get
You
all
just
the
rent
drinks.
the venue.
200 seats is you're gonna make good money.
Yeah,
How much you charge for tickets?
$20.
$20.
Yeah, and then I'll sell merch too after.
Yeah.
And you
Clean
said
up
you
on
make
that.
more from doing that.
Way
than-
more.
Is this on the road or in town or both?
Both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So like typically like at a comedy club, like when you're headlining and you're not like able to like demand any crazy thing, you know, you're typically getting anywhere from like $1,500 to maybe $2,000.
Yeah, right.
It's mostly around like the 1,500 mark,
Mm-hmm.
and you're usually having to pay for your own flight, your own Ubers. If they're nice, they'll pick you up.
Definitely
Sometimes
your
they'll
own
pick you up.
Ubers.
Yeah.
They'll pay for your flight if you have-
Sometimes.
yeah.
But like if you're doing like
Depends
all the
on your
Looney
level.
Bins, they're not going to play. They're not paying for those 4 clubs. They're not paying for your flights over there. A lot of like you know what I mean. Certain clubs will, but I would say half the clubs won't. So when you think about it like that,
My agent has told me that. He's been like, yeah, because I be like, why I'm not booked nowhere? These other comics booked. I'm like, they don't got the credits I got. They ain't got the amount of followers I got. He was like, they're not making any money. He was like, or he was like, the amount of money these clubs are paying them is shit.
Yeah.
I had a club.
It's not much.
I had a club try to pay me for 3 shows a weekend. They wanted me to do 5 shows.
Yeah.
For
3
the
nights,
weekend,
yeah.
3 nights. They was trying to pay me $800.
Nah, son.
wow, what was that?
The
Was that Jokers in Richland, Washington?
I don't know. I honestly,
I like that you have a.
I know all the breakdown. I stopped doing them. I'm like,
and I was like, that was so disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
I was like, it was so disrespectful. But not only that, you better believe there's a comic
That'll
Desperate.
take it.
that took it
Yeah.
Yeah.
just so they could post on social media. Look, I'm at, and
headlining, whatever. Yeah.
it's fucking up the game.
Yeah,
But you know,
of
I
course.
mean, I don't fault those people for taking that because a lot of times they won't have other opportunities. So they're like, I feel like I need to do this.
Yeah.
So like I know that need where you're like, I gotta do this. But I talked to the homie Nate Bargatze. He was telling me, he's like, when I started doing theaters and stuff like that, like I would do 1 show a night. And he's like, and then I would pay out, to all the people who were filming, people who opened for me, whatever. And he's like, but then I had to pay for the theater. And he's like, it didn't make sense. He's like, so I started doing 2 shows a night. He's like, because everything I make on the first show helps pay for everything.
Yeah.
Everything. He's like, I have the whole theater for the whole night, so I'll just do 2 shows. And he was like, that changed the game.
Doubled his money.
Easy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I made so much, like it was just so much better. He's like, I'm gonna be there anyway. I have the theater for the night, so I might as well use it for the night. She's like, so I have 2 shows, and I'm like, that's smart. Why not do that? Like I would do that every place you go. You'll see him have theater shows, and he'll have 2-3 shows a night, and you're like, but he only has 1 show a week or 2 shows a week outside of that, And I'm like, he doesn't need to do anything else. Mm-hmm. That theater show just paid his mortgage for the year.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit. That's what I can't wait to get to, the theater level.
Yeah, theaters. I mean, comedy clubs are great, but they're not great for comedy. Like,
What you mean?
servers in the room should not be in the room.
Oh, yeah.
The check spot is a terrible idea. It's very American. They don't do that in like England. It seems like you've traveled for comedy, and they have like an intermission in England.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of
shit.
cool.
Yeah, no,
Because the audiences are trained.
In Germany as well.
Yeah, so they
Matt Kirshen told me a lot about that. He was like, it's totally different in America. He's like, that not having an intermission is very weird to me.
and just like and servers in the room, like people ordering drinks and like getting their nachos and like all that shit is like, that's not like good for art. You know what I mean? Like it's fine for comedy. It's okay. It's good. It's good enough. The system kind of works, but like theaters are where it's at.
One time I was doing a show and someone ordered soup.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing
Slurping.
is you could just hear
Yeah.
they're
that's
blowing on
great.
the soup. It's like, and I was like, what the hell? Like, and I'm like,
That's
this
terrible.
is distracting me so much.
Well, at Nerd Melt, they used to have they had a cricket problem for a while, and so like on a joke would bomb, you would hear real crickets. That was always really tough.
Oh, that's not a problem. That's a blessing. Like, let's hear it.
Yeah,
That's funny. Nerd Melt, that was a good spot, man.
Yeah.
That was a cool little spot.
Meltdown. Yeah.
Yeah, Meltdown in the comic book store.
How you think how did you know when you was ready to start selling out? How did you know you had the fan base to start selling out shows?
I just kept on like working on it, and building it, and then I started like, let me take a chance. Like I like to
when you
take
said-
chances.
Hold on, my bad. I don't mean to
Email
cut you off.
list. Yeah.
Email list, or was it the social media following?
Everything,
All of that.
It's
Okay.
all combined, and then I just started taking chances. I feel like I'll gamble a lot on myself. Like if I have money, like the best way to spend it is just to gamble it on myself. So I'll gamble it all the time on myself.
I don't even think that's a gamble. That's investing. in
Yeah,
yourself. That's smart.
so
Embedded on yourself.
yeah. So I'll go and be like, okay, let me see, and if I lose money, whatever. But I've learned. At least I'll get data from it. You know. Mm-hmm. So I'll gain some knowledge and figure out how to do it better the next time. And I do that a lot. Like I just flew to Florida to meet up with some people for a potential like bigger job thing. But I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to put my money out there and let's see what happens. So we went out there, did some stuff, and now if nothing happens, it's okay. I don't care. But if something happens, then now my money's made me money. So
I think that's great, man. I think that's
Yeah.
phenomenal. I mean, yeah. I
It's smart.
I think that's a smart move to do, because if you go spend your
what
money,
else
you
am I
might as
gonna
well
use my
invest in
money
yourself.
on? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No.
like you invested in building this. This is way
You
better
invested
than
in yourself.
renting a space to do a podcast every time. This is like a great move. You
Yeah.
own all this equipment now. You can take it anywhere you want. You can shoot like a special. You have multiple cameras.
Yeah.
It's just
Smart,
like it's
smart,
way.
smart.
Well, you have to
you
keep
can use.
resetting the camera every 30 minutes.
All right.
Well, that's why you get a side bitch to
Yeah.
take care of that.
Side bitches. Can
Shout
I get
out
those on?
producer Lee.
Can I? Are they on side bitches on Craigslist?
You get them on
that should be one-
Fiverr.
that should be
Fiverr.
one-
All right.
That should be one of your side hustles, is selling your side bitches to rent them out to other comics.
I'm too jealous. I can't
Oh.
do
Ah.
You're possessive. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's all right.
Exactly.
How difficult is it to self-produce a comedy show at like a major comedy club?
It's very difficult because you have a couple aspects to look at. You have the fact that your friends always want to be on your show. And I would love to put all my friends on the show, but I can't because I only have so many slots. 2, you got to sell tickets, which leads into the first one, right? So I got to make sure to book, the Bill Burrs and the Sarah Silvermans. Like I have to book them. And I also have to depend on I got to make sure that my email list and my social media is popping so that people are seeing it. So there's a lot of aspects. It's difficult. It's a lot of work.
And dealing with the venue isn't always easy.
But look,
I guess you've had a long relationship with it.
I have a very healthy relationship with the improv. Rita is amazing, and I have a good improv at the store as well. I have a good in at the store as well. So my shows at the store and the improv are great, and I'm very grateful for them. I'm nothing against either venue. It's more me. I wish I didn't have to have them. I wish I was just like out there doing stand up, acting, being in movies, and doing like not having to do shows. But while I am doing shows, I really enjoy them. So, but it's very difficult. The human aspect of it, because you have feelings and you're like, I wish I could put you on. I wish I could put you on. But I can't put everybody on. That's the hardest part. Because people, they reach out to me every day. Like, you have any shows? And I'm like, I do. You got to give me time, because I only have one spot a show maybe for certain people, because then I'll have like
not a ticket seller.
Yeah, the favorite spot.
Because once the show initially the show, I could put all those people on because I needed to fill spots, but then it gets to a point where the show is popping to the point where people are going to show up to your show regardless. And some of the big comics know that, so they're like, oh, you know what, I want to be on that show. And they'll hit you up like, hey, you got anything this week? And I'm like, well, yeah, I can't say no to Sebastian, right? Like, you can't, like I can't say no to this person. So you put him on.
He consistently kills at the store every time he's there.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. Yeah. And Jimmy Oyang just hit me up, and he was like, yo, I'll be in. And I'm like, damn, like, all right, that's what I was texting. You know what I mean? So like, I gotta be cognizant of that. And
I was texting a lot of famous people too. So.
I was not.
But I gotta let a lot of people down, and I feel terrible because I would love to put everybody on. Because back when I first started producing shows, it had a lot more to do with selling funny than it did with selling names. But now in Hollywood, it's super hard. You can't sell funny. You have to sell famous. So if you don't have famous people on your show, it sucks, because they just don't show up in Hollywood because they're so spoiled.
It's about the flyer. How many big names can you get on that flyer?
That's how it is. Like, it used to be like, oh, I know that this show is always killer. Like, I had a show in Woodland Hills that used to be great, and people used to come because it was a good show. And they were like, he has consistently funny comics. Every now and then, big names. Like, I had Ken Jeong stop by, Howie Mandel stop by.
Damn.
And Drew Lynch Drew is the homie. He would always do the show. So people are like, oh, this is a good show. I'm gonna make sure to consistently go to the show. But it got to the point where they're like, no, I want to see Bill Burr all the time. I want to see Sarah Silverman. I want to see Jim Jeffries. I want to see I want to see Earthquake. I want to see these big names. And if that's not on the flyer, I'm not coming. And I'm like, God damn it. It's hard.
Yeah.
But you got all these people numbers in your cell phone, don't you?
I can't confirm or deny.
Because if y'all ever been to one of his shows, he has like some of the biggest names, like in comedy. On his shows, which is always impressive.
It's not easy. But I'm grateful for the spot that I'm in and like the partners that I work with. So I'm very happy and thankful for all of it.
Now, see, this is the business in me. My other question would be then, if you
Can I get a spot?
No.
I've booked Justin before.
Yeah. If you were to hit them up for something other than them getting stage time, do you think they would actually take time? Let's say you sent them a script. Let's say you wanted anybody would just name Bill Burr, Ken Jeong, anybody, and you was like, yo, here goes a script, here goes a show idea. Do you think they will fuck with you, or do you think it's only off the strength of he give me stage time at a good comedy show?
Is he wearing the contacts?
Is he wearing the contacts? That's important.
Some of the big comics are really good people, and they just, like, I'll have down to earth conversations with them on the side, because I'm like, I know what it's like to be in a position, people always knocking at your door. So I'll have normal conversations with them. So I'm sure they would, because they're like, no, Charles is cool, and I'll have relationships with them in that manner. But I don't ever come to them with some of them are like, hey, if you ever have an idea, feel free to toss it my way.
Oh, dope.
Which is always cool. But other people, I'm like, I'm not gonna bother you for that. Like, unless we're having a conversation and I'm like, I have something that is it would be super advantageous for that person. So I'm like, I can't not tell them.
Right.
I have to look. I don't normally do this, but I gotta let you know, like, this is whatever. And they're like, oh, thank you for, or like, even if it's a hookup to somebody else, I'm like, hey, this person really and they got a lot of money to spend. Boom, here you go. So that in that way, yeah, I think that a lot of them are receptive, but I tend not to do it because I don't want to overstep my bounds.
That's smarter.
And
I agree. I agree 1,000%. Yeah.
If I have a really good personal relationship with them, I'll ask them ahead of time, like, is it okay if I do that? And if it's not, then no skin off my back.
Yeah. No, I think you're playing it the right way for sure. Hey man, what's y'all socials, man? Where they can find you at?
I am charlesgreaves.com. You see my website, but I am Charles Greaves on Instagram. If you look the hashtag Stay at Home Dad Comedy, you'll find me as well.
I love that. See.
Yeah, that's my life.
I'm about to say that's your life too.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna fucking do something together. Steven.
It's just Steven Briggs comedy. Steven with the V, Briggs, Briggs. You can see me dancing like Britney Spears.
I gotta go check.
Maybe.
Out
The
that.
knives
That could
get
be
bigger
him.
in the
That could-
videos.
Yeah.
I've been dancing with machetes lately, so.
Hilarious.
Oh, so you're on a theme. You're expanding.
Well,
on
until
the theme.
Halloween.
Sure,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So.
Hey man, catch him on tour too, cause he always on tour. So y'all make sure y'all get them tickets when y'all see him.
I like it.
Luke.
I'm still on Twitter for some reason. At Luke Does Stuff. I guess X. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still Twitter though. It's just the X is the symbol, right?
Nah, I think it's called
they
X.
changed the name to X because
Really?
What a cool letter and what a cool guy Elon is. How edgy. I'm on Instagram and Threads. Threads is kind of fun. It's you can search Luke Schwartz. I'm at help. Yeah, I know. Not great branding, and I don't post a lot, and I just like doing comedy. But what are you gonna do?
Hey man, do what you love, man. Whatever make you happy. As long as you happy,
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
that is what I like to think.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Justin.
You're welcome. Hey man, another amazing episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my special, Little Man Big City, at Justin Hires TV. That's my other YouTube page. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the special, man. Let me know what your favorite joke was. And and if you was offended, if anybody was offended by anything that we said today, just remember one thing. Fuck your feelings.